clock has started.
5, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
What is going on, Raider Nation? What is going on, YouTube? This is WifiWillie's Monday Reaction Show. Shout out to all you guys watching here live. And if you are watching this later on, you're watching the recording, go ahead and look in the description. I got the chapters there for you. That way, you do not have to waste time with any dead air. You can just skip right to some of your favorite segments. So shout out to you guys, King DJs in the house, lots of people. And I know we're upset, man. I'll start off with this. Here's going to be my, this is the opening monologue. I know we're upset. I know sometimes you look at situations like this, the Raiders game, and you think, man, why not just change everything? Why not change every aspect of the team? We need to start completely over. But then you start and look back and you realize that this has happened before, you know? Against the Chiefs, we lost. And we pick up the big win against the Cowboys. You see a lot of momentum come back, right? And that happened too earlier in the year. Even when Gruden was gone, you had us take a L to the Bears, and then we come back hard against the Eagles and Broncos. Then you get some momentum again. So when you look at it, could this pattern repeat itself one more time? I would say yes. Could the Raiders win this week against Kansas City and completely change the momentum of the season for about the third or the fourth time in the year? If you're just looking at odds, you'd have to say, yeah, bro. So give your guys a shot, root for your team, and we'll get more into specifics in this show. But I will say the season's not over. I mean, is it over for the Raiders? That's the question in this video. I would say mathematically, obviously, no. If you look at the AFC playoff hunt, we still have an opportunity. And also, we play the Chiefs. We play the Chargers, we play the Browns, we play the Colts. We go head to head with so many people where it could be the tipping point. It could be the tipping point that we need, head to head matchup coming back. So really, I wouldn't say you could say it's over. Now, let's get into another aspect. This is going to be the second aspect that I think we should talk about, because this is going to be a shorter show than usual. So get your thoughts in here. Support this channel. You could support this channel by becoming a member of the channel for $2.99 a month. There's going to be exclusive archives of live streams and also priorities in any stream. So go ahead and take a look at that. And also, man, subscribe to this channel if you haven't. When you look at it, most of my viewers are not actually subscribed. So give a subscription. It really helps us out. And obviously like this video if you have some fun with this one, right? So let's get into Derek Carr, because Brandon Scott, he's talking about it. Carr missed Deshaun Jackson 3 times. Now, here's my problem. I don't exactly agree with this, that Carr missed Deshaun Jackson 3 times. There was 2 plays in particular where people said Carr messed up. The first play I would say is the Deshaun Jackson slant route up the middle of the field, and Carr elected to hit Jacobs instead. Now, Jacobs broke the tackle and still made a great gain, by the way. That check down was still really good. But yes, Deshaun Jackson was right there. Carr didn't see him. It wouldn't have been a touchdown, but it would have been a big play, right? And then you have another play where Carr hit Foster Moreau, and Zay Jones was actually open on the same play. Could have been a touchdown. So those are 2 plays right there that you could say Carr missed. However, that's 2 plays in the whole entire game. You know, that's not, you can't expect a QB to be 100%. And what about all those plays, vast majority of plays where nobody's open, bro? Nobody's open. So what is he supposed to do when his top receiver is Zay Jones? His top receiver is Hunter Renfrow. I love Hunter Renfrow, but he is just a slot receiver. I don't know what you expect him to do, and I don't know what you expect him to do in the play call. The play call is so bad where, you know, the first drive, it's just, oh, let's do a little check down to Renfrow twice in a row. Look at Jacobs. Why are we targeting Jacobs so much? Even when Drake is out, Jacobs has proved that he's not really the receiving back we thought he could be coming out of Alabama. So I think, you know, you got to look at the play calling a little more, and you can't isolate and only blame Derek Carr in this situation. let's put some blame on some of these receivers. I mean, if you want to come in here and you want to be a number one receiver in the NFL and number two, you have a perfect opportunity in front of you with Henry Ruggs being gone, with Darren Waller being gone. We need people to take advantage of this opportunity, and I hope they do. I hope they take advantage. I hope Zay Jones becomes a dope receiver. I hope he has the greatest 5-game stretch of his career. I hope this happens to Bryan Edwards. All these cats, man. Because right now, man, what I was looking at most of the game, it's just Derek Carr throwing to Hunter Renfrow, forcing it most of the time. Without Waller, that's all the guy really had, really. Shout out to all you guys here joining me. Love seeing y'all. And, we took an L this week, so let's go ahead and give a boo for that. F the Washington football team. Not good. Raheem Morris, next head coach. I don't know, Rick. I don't think so. I think if Raheem hasn't gotten a job yet, especially for teams like the Jets and stuff like that, I don't think Raider Nation's where he's going to be at. Got to get Olsen out of here. I was thinking about Carr's press conference. Wow, man. It was kind of weird. He really didn't compliment Olsen. He says he loves him. That's the thing. Christian people, super religious people are really nice, right? So when they don't go out of their way and say, no, he's a great play caller, when they just say, I love that man, that means they're saying he's a shitty play caller. I think that's the Carr speak for that. I don't know. Maybe you guys can decode his press conference and we can even take a look at it in a little bit. Shout out to you guys, though. I want to ask you guys a question, man. Do you think the Raiders can beat the Chiefs this week? I want to check the momentum. Where's our momentum at? So this poll is going to be inside the YouTube chat. Do you think the Raiders can beat the Chiefs this week? Poll is locked up right now. By the way, man, like this video if you haven't, man. It really helps me out in the algorithm. When you click like on here, boom, I get boosted like crazy. More people see this. We have more of a good time because this show is going to wrap up around 6:15. And the thing is, man, liking is free. You don't have to do anything. It's just an empty gesture. And I got 22 likes, 63 people here, so we can get them likes up for sure. Still got a cough, man. Winter season, bro. A lot of people are saying, no, we cannot beat the Chiefs. Come on, man. We have beat the Chiefs before. Can we show a little bit of faith? I think the Chiefs are overrated. The Chiefs only beat the Cowboys because of their defense, and their defense, quite frankly, is not that good. I mean, I don't really, when you look at the Chiefs, I'm not thinking they're scary. Denver got their ass whipped by the Chiefs last night, but, that's Denver, bro. What do you really expect with Denver? Cape Carr, we got this. I like that last name, and I think you're right. I think we do got this, bro. By the way, man, thank you to Jesus Raider. He made this logo here in the corner. This guy just sent me a hand drawing of the logo in my email, and I was just so shocked. I was like, wow, this is so cool. I look a little uglier than I thought. I thought I'd look a little hotter. No, but I was like, damn, this is so cool, bro. And I digitized it. Damn, got a dope logo for life. And that's just coming straight from the support of a really cool guy named Jesus Raider. And so I made a post. I plugged his art page. Check out that dude's art page. Give him a like. It's on Facebook. Why not, man? This dude did not even hit me up beforehand. He just straight drew it, sent it to me. So to me, I was just like, wow, dude, you're a really cool guy. Like that is really cool to just do something, with your spare time. Just for fun, for free, basically. It's a donation almost. So this poll we got it going on. I'm gonna have this poll go on for about, let's see, it's been going on for 2 minutes. I'll let it go on until 10 minutes. So we got 8 more minutes. 41% say we could beat the Chiefs. If Trayvon Mullen and Nicholas Morrow play, wow, I like that. We're getting into the nitty gritty already. And that's one thing that I wonder, man, who's going to be healthy this week for the Raiders? Trayvon Mullen, I personally think he's going to come back. I thought he was going to come back during the Washington football team game, but then it seemed like, all right, they're saving this dude from the Chiefs. They think he's ready for sure. And I want to check out maybe some injury report. We do know that Rich Bissacia today in the press conference said that Darren Waller is day-to-day. He also said the same thing about Nassib, same thing about Kwiatkowski, Denzel Perryman as well. Denzel Perryman injury, man. That one is a freaking dagger, man. That's a dagger to the heart, bro. I will say. And I also wonder, like, can Divine Diablo take advantage of this opportunity? In my opinion, just to keep it 100 with you, because I always do, I think Divine Diablo is going to struggle. I definitely think he's going to struggle subbing in for, Perryman. He's a rookie, and you go out there and you trade for Perryman because you think Diablo might be a liability. But the flip side of that is, do I think Divine Diablo is going to get hella better because of this? Yes, I think he'll improve tremendously and be a great linebacker for year 2. And he's going to be with the team for a while, man. He's on the books for a minute. So I do like the idea of getting our guy back out there and taking some Perryman reps. Morrow, though, I don't know. I haven't heard any word about him coming back. Bissacia didn't say anything about that. So in my mind, that tells me probably not this year. Maybe they're just trying to keep people guessing, be optimistic. But I think we really got to hope that our guy Darren Waller comes back, because the offense clearly looked worse without Waller. At the Cowboys game, I was kind of being like, I guess, soft on Waller. I wasn't hyping him too much. I was like, yeah, we lost Waller, but we got Moreau. And I was trying to hype Moreau because I like Foster Moreau. But clearly, either it's the coaching staff's fault, either it's, the receiver's fault, Derek Carr's fault. Who knows? You guys can let me know in the chat. But we needed Waller. There are several targets that happened, went to Moreau. And yes, Holcomb of the Washington football team made a great play. But man, for me, I was like, if Waller was in there, bro, I think we would have got it. So I want to check out some stuff from the presser and whatnot. Let's see what we have here. Okay. So this poll is going. It doesn't matter. We still have Gus, no Ben, don't break D. Gus Bradley, I know people were upset with him. And here's the thing. The NFL showed that graphic during the game where they're like, oh, Gus Bradley, since week 10, he's last in all these categories. Yeah, everybody's going to be last if you just cherry pick 2 games. They literally cherry picked week 10 and week 11. So they cherry picked the Chiefs game and the Dallas game, 2 very high scoring games. Obviously, his defensive stats, Gus Bradley's, is going to be shitty. When you just cherry pick 2 weeks. So cherry pick the whole year. Let's just check out Gus Bradley the whole year. Bro, he still did what he needed to do to win that game. You hold Washington football team to 17 points. I'm not going to talk shit on the defense here. I think Brandon Faison had some rough calls, and the Washington football team got away with a PI at the end. The Washington football team, at the end of the game, got away with the PI call that Brandon Faison wouldn't be able to do. If Brandon Faison would have done that same thing, boom, it would have been a PI call. Let me know what you guys think. Shout out to y'all. There were times where, yes, there were some wide open receivers, especially early in the game for the defense. But I just think for the most part, when you take a look at the average, you really can't deny that, man, we were making some stops. We even got a pick. You got to like all that stuff. By the way, my homies, we're going to take a look at the press conference. But what I need you guys to do before we take a look at this is get them likes up, man. Come on. I got hella people and no likes. Boost Willie in the algorithm. Get these likes up. And by the way, when you drop an emoji in the chat, it pops up on the screen. So I want to see people float hella emojis in here. I want to see them go everywhere on the screen. I want it to get super lit in that way. So come on, man, let's get right into it. Now, here's the thing about the penalties and the Drake hit and everything. I thought it was really interesting. Let me just record because I think I'm going to record this. It was really interesting in the game. Rich Bissacia, interim head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, was asked about all of these suspect calls, the big 3 that happened in the Raiders game. The first one would be Drake claiming that, the NFL needs to change their rules. There's these dirty hits where linemen and defenders are able to, put their whole entire weight on your legs, resulting in an injury. Drake on Twitter saying he's been injured twice by this very same tackle. Second thing, you have a word about the Abram penalty. Abram was penalized for going low on a running back and a lineman. He actually went low into the lineman, allowing him to hit the running back and make the tackle. They called that going low because it was outside the tackle box. Technically not allowed to do that when it's against the blocker. However, Abram and Rich Bissacia argued that, hey, he was doing this to make the tackle. He was doing this to make the tackle. Salute to Jesse. Salute to Jesse Rodas, supporting the channel, dropping an emoji. Hell yeah. Drop the emojis, and they will pop up on screen. They're working right now, right? Really? For me, I could see the emojis. You guys aren't seeing them? All right, we'll make sure these ones get up here. Anyways, all right. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at Rich Bissacia responding to all three of these calls. You know, he had a word to say. He gave his opinion on it. I was actually kind of surprised by it. But you guys did vote in this poll. And this poll said, will the Raiders beat the Chiefs this week? 35% said yes. 65% said no. Oh, my goodness. Come on, guys. Let's get some faith in our team. This poll is going to wrap up. I want more people to vote. We got 74 votes. And we're going to check out what Bissacia had to say.
The way in which he landed.
Oh, wait, it landed? Hold on.
You know, I guess by the letter of the law.
Very frustrated. Certainly his last two injuries have come
Oh, yeah, this is about the Drake.
His opinion. And
We're going to talk about the Drake
A little
first.
stiff.
Let me turn this volume up for y'all.
with third down conversions for our opponent.
We're going to get this volume straight, right, and ready. But make sure you vote in that poll while Willie gets this volume ready. Yes, Willie is going to start talking in third person. By the way, if you haven't checked out my video about a Little Raider, you know, he reacts to the game. Check it out on my channel. I'm trying to get this video to go up. I want to do a bunch of reactions to the game, and I just felt like I always react to the game. So instead, I had this character called Little Raider. So check him out, Raiders fan during the Washington game. You could check him out there. Support that if you like that. All right, so let's see what Bissacia. Check the audio first.
Josh mentioned the team
See what
looking
Bissacia
like
had to
it was
say.
coasting and a little stiff. Is that something that you've seen as well? And would you describe that?
Yeah, again, I certainly respect Josh's thoughts, and I'm not really sure what coast means, to be honest with you. We didn't get off to a very good start on offense, so he's entitled to his opinion, and we'd all like to start faster. We'd all like to finish a lot faster than we have as well. So we'll see what the future brings in those two categories.
I don't know much. I assume you're not much of a Twitter guy, but
I'm not a Twitter guy. You can assume correct on that.
Kenny Drake last night after the injury, I know there's frustration went off about the type of tackle that was done on him that got him hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were able to hear about it or see it, or if you had any thoughts about the type of tackle and maybe the legalities of guys pulling down and rolling.
Yeah, I did hear about it, and I'm sure, I know Kenyon's, I know him a long time, and I know he's very frustrated. Certainly his last two injuries have come from that type of a rolled up tackle. When you look at the play on tape, it did not look intentional. I think he got himself in a funky body position at the end when he went to finish a little bit. The guy kind of rolled him over and he got his ankle caught underneath there. So I can't speak on the first one that happened to him when he got his last injury. It didn't look intentional. Certainly it ended up being a roll-up position at the end. I know he's a little bit frustrated about getting injured again, but it just did not look that intentional on film.
There's a roughing the passer call on Max Crosby, and it's kind of a bigger picture type of question. I guess by the letter of the law, it looks reasonable, but you've been around football for a long time. What's a defensive player supposed to do in that situation when they're just making the regular?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. I also thought if you look at the end of that play, Max tried to put his hands out and didn't try to land on with all his body weight, and so I don't have an answer. We didn't like the call. We certainly didn't like the call at that situation, and there's a bunch of no-call type situations against our number 98 as well, but I didn't think it was at that time. The way in which he landed, it wasn't head-to-head, and again, I thought he tried to put his hands out the best he could, not to put all his body weight on him, and that's a judgment call that they make, and we had to live with it. So, but
was Abram kind of goes through a blocker,
right,
to make what looked like a good play.
Again, the letter of the law on that one, not to cut you off, but it is you can't cut an offensive lineman. But I don't think John, in our opinion, John was trying to work his way to knife down the runner, and here comes the old lineman and end up being a collision course with those guys. But I do think, and we talked about this morning, that is a good one to send in. It can maybe make them look at the rule a little bit, maybe in a different way because of the bang-bang situation with John, really trying to go for the runner, and the offensive lineman happened to be in that position at that time. So those are two interesting calls, but the one on John would certainly be hopefully one they'll look at, and maybe it'll change the rule a little bit, or at least give them something to think about.
All right, man, that's Rich Bissacia talking about, first off, Kenyon Drake and that tackle, the Crosby roughing the passer call, and then the Abram going low call. Just a quick summary of his opinions. Kenyon Drake, the low tackle, which Kenyon Drake says should be illegal. Rich Bissacia disagrees and says he doesn't think that the defender was trying to target Drake, and that's really hard to regulate in the NFL. So he disagrees with Drake there, but respects him spreading his opinion. On Crosby, he disagreed with the roughing the passer call. He understands what the NFL is trying to do, but thought, hey, that's a messed up call. And then he even added another comment in there where he said, hey, we got a lot of no calls on number 98. So there's a lot of holding that happens on Crosby that does not get called. Really glad Rich Bissacia spoke up and said that there. And then on the Abram low tackle, he understands the change in the rule, just wishes that they made an exception in the rule for situations like Abram where he tried to go low against the lineman to make the tackle. So it was still in an effort to make a tackle, not just going low in a lineman for the sake of it. Well, that was awesome to check out, though. Glad you guys were able to share that and look at that with me here. Now, I want to do another poll, man. We're going to keep talking about this game. We got more things coming up for you, too. Who's to blame for the offensive struggles? You guys going to give it to Carr? Receiver? I mean, I only have a few options here. I think I'm supposed to be able to have 3 options, but YouTube is kind of screwing me over here. So I'm going to say Derek Carr, Greg Olsen. Who you guys blaming for the offensive struggles? I'm going to put that on there. You could also do the receivers. So whoever wins out of this one, I'll put that against the receiver. So if Olsen wins here, then I'll put that against the receivers. That's how we'll do that. So make yourself be heard. People are saying 14 votes already instantly. Hell yeah, bro. I love when Raider Nation is out here already freaking making us listen to what you got to say. And I love that, man. We got some emotes popping up here too. Drop your emojis, man. You know I love to see that. Okay, I want to see what the chat's saying. The whole offense. That's a reality of 69 says. Brandon Parker, not looking too hot, having some rough times. Not gonna lie. I feel for him though. This will be Bissacia's first and last head coaching opportunity. Wouldn't be surprised, Jay. Wouldn't be surprised. Yo, Aussie Raider Aaron's in the house. Shout out to all you. So in this last poll, 107 people voted. 63% said that we can't beat the Chiefs this week. So even among Raider Nation, more than half of our fans do not think we could win this week. I'm sorry, bro. I still think we have a shot. I don't think Carr had a horrible game. He had no turnovers. Is anybody talking about how he had no turnovers? We need to fix red zone. We keep getting to the red zone and kicking field goals. That is what needs to change. I don't know whose fault it is. I'm not on the team. If you're on the team, obviously you probably know a little more what's up, but it doesn't look like players are pointing the finger at Derek Carr. It doesn't look like that to me. I don't know about you. The Waller doesn't like Carr rumors, that shit doesn't seem true anymore. I mean, they seem fine on the sideline. Waller seemed enthusiastic and happy to be there and was hella supporting the Raiders. One thing I saw Waller do is when the defense was on the field, he was trying to make people make some noise. And when the offense was on the field, I saw Waller trying to quiet people down because we had a lot of Washington fans and even Raider fans were being hella loud when our offense is on the field. So I don't know, bro. I think he likes being a Raider. Honestly, hopefully, you know, if he is upset with his contract, which I think he is because he deserves more money than that, hopefully they're renegotiating in the background. We clearly need Waller. I mean, I wonder if a lot of people are going to take this take because I started doing a take where I was just saying, oh, you know, last week, oh, maybe it's Moreau's the future. Maybe we don't need Waller. Maybe this will spread, this other take, which is the fact that did this past game just prove that we need Waller? We really need our guy Waller. Without him, you know, it seems like we don't know who the hell to throw to. And I think, okay, yeah, you know, we did well against the Cowboys, but they weren't suspecting Moreau. They didn't have time to study Moreau like, you know, Washington football team did. So I think that makes a big deal. Need a creative young play caller. I'm with that. I feel that. By the way, man, remember to get those likes up. We got people reminding you in the chat. And of course, yes, support this channel. Give us some likes. Really, I mean that's what fuels the algorithm. That's the gasoline of the algorithm. We need more than just Waller. Raider Nation 24. I think you're right. We need a number one receiver. We need Henry Ruggs, right? And you know what? Also, we need John Gruden still. I'm sorry. I mean, I know I'm just gonna say this once every week because I know I'm the Gruden guy. Some people have even called me Wi-Fi Gruden or Willie Gruden. Okay, I know I'm the Gruden guy. And what I'll say is I'll just say this once every week on my live, which is we need Gruden. We miss Gruden. Our offense is worse without Gruden. We can't make halftime adjustments like we could with Gruden. With Gruden, man, we always come out in the second half and just go lights on fire. And Gruden is always communicating with Derek Carr. We don't have that anymore. I don't even see Carr and Olsen talking to each other. Now, we're not going to be able to have Gruden. We do need to move on. And that's why maybe we should talk about these Dabo Swinney rumors. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we talk about that? There is something to that. There is something going on. I will say, shout out to you in the chat. We need a head coach. We need Gruden 2.0. We need somebody, and we need something. I will say that. Dabo Swinney was at the game this past week, hanging out with Mark Davis. I have a video on that. And he was wearing Raiders gear. Now to me, that's next level. When you put the Raider gear on, you're signaling to other teams, either you have no interest in coaching any other NFL team, or you're signaling to other teams like, hey, I'm a Raider guy. You know what I mean? Like once you go black, you can't go back, right? So he's already putting on this Raider gear, and that's huge, man. That definitely says something. So let me just pull up some pictures of that, but I don't know. Some people say, oh, it could be not a big deal. He could just be hanging out. But like, if you're Dabo Swinney, if you're Mark Davis, you play this smart, dude. Like, you don't want to start a big old rumor mill unless, and there's some validity to it. You don't want to get people talking about that. It was intentional. They did a photo op. They smiled together. I'm actually just going to straight up pull up the picture right now. Pull up, homie. Oh no, I'm turning into a little Raider. I got to chill out. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the picture of both of them hanging out. But to me, it's kind of like, then why do that? Well, why get us acting all crazy? Why get us all talking about this if there's not some validity to it? So here we go. Dabo and Mark chilling. And Dabo looks happy. I think Dabo looks happy about everything going on. So I don't know, Raider Nation. There could be something to it. And here's the thing. He also posed with Richard Petty. We had a video talking about that. And look, man, we have had hella players come from Clemson. John Simpson, Mullen, Farrell. Obviously, the Farrell one, shouldn't have been the first round at this point. But Trayvon Mullen too. He should have been a first round. So I'm just saying. Maizen in blue, Raider with a super chat. Let's take a look at it. Hell yeah. Love this person supporting the channel. Thank you guys. And this is the best way to support the channel. Really appreciate it. A better coordinator will put the weapons we do have in a better position to show their strengths. It is interesting. Where are the jet sweeps with Deshaun Jackson? We saw us experiment with that a little bit, then got a little scared of it. I was happy to see the Mariota play where Mariota ran a receiving route and then we were able to hit Moreau. I thought that was a pretty cool play. And I was like, all right, we're thinking outside the box. We're doing some different stuff. This is pretty cool. I'm with this. So hopefully we implement more of that. Maybe we just need to see more Mariota too. Clearly gets people thinking. And I like with the read option, Mariota let Josh Jacobs keep it because I was like, man, are you going to get into the habit where you're always going to run it on the read option? Then the whole freaking league knows what's going on. So we still got some trickery there, but you're right. I would like to see us get Bryan Edwards in space, try to get him one-on-one with somebody more often. Foster Moreau too. We got to utilize our weapons, man. We still have weapons. Zay Jones isn't a number one receiver, but he's not a bad receiver. He's still a good receiver. He's a competent receiver, right? Same thing with Bryan Edwards. They're still a competent receiver. They're just not going that extra mile and like getting open most of the time and making these tough catches. I know Zay Jones is PI'd a little bit, but there were still several times where I was like, damn, Zay Jones, you kind of can still make this catch, bro. You kind of can. So It's tough. It's tough, but I appreciate you bringing that up because I would like to see what would happen if we had just maybe even a better coordinator on the offensive side. Maybe we do keep Rich Bissacia one more year and then get a really expensive offensive coordinator. Who knows? Bissac, I like that he's showing a little more steam. We're checking out the press conference, but it does sometimes feel like a freaking, a one-year rental. So I want to know, though, people are frustrated with Derek Carr, right? People are like, oh. People are frustrated with Carr. I want to know why you guys are frustrated with Carr, because people keep saying they're frustrated with Carr, but I never hear why. So I want to hear why. And I'm not just a raw defend Carr guy, by the way. Sorry about that. I'm not a raw defend Carr guy. I'm objective. I'm critical. I have critical support for Carr, which means I support him. I support Fresno State. But I also understand, hey, there are some times where mistakes do happen. Nobody's perfect. And there are times where, hey, he throws a pick. He threw a pick in the Chiefs game. He threw a pick in the Giants game. Those were on him. I will hold people accountable. He threw a pick in the Bengals game. Some of those were on him too. Bad decisions. People think we need to stretch the field more. Hey, people are saying, hey, he never shows up in the second half of seasons. In the second half of seasons, yes, but I'm wondering if that's a team thing or a Carr thing, because second half of last season, he showed up in the Dolphins game and we still lost that game. He went balls out. Although I would say the red zone, something needs to change in the red zone. I was happy to see Carr and Little Raider. We're happy to see him run the ball. I mean, me and Little Raider were happy to see Carr run the ball more this past game. But I do want to see more of it in the red zone, man. Could he run a touchdown in the red zone like Joe Burrow does? I think he can, bro. I think he really can. I think he has the capability. But we took the L anyways, so boo on that. But hey, we got your guys' votes in. Let me know more what you guys think about Carr. People are saying it starts in the trenches. So who to blame for the offense struggle? 31% said Carr, 69% said Olsen at 124 votes. Whoa. Thank you for participating in this poll. So I want to know who's to blame for offensive struggles. I want to know Olsen or the receivers. Wide receivers, because you can't blame Waller. Who's to blame? Most people want a new head coach for sure, right? I mean, okay. Oh, you know what? Dabo Swinney's in the news. So, do we want Dabo Swinney as our head coach? Do Raiders want Dabo? Does Raider Nation want Dabo Swinney as the next head coach? Let me know. I'm gonna put the poll. Because you know what, they're sending out some fumes. I think Mark Davis is sending out some testers. It's like when you put the beta version of an app on. You're putting the beta version on, or like a sampling. It's like when the McRib came out. They just tested it out, seeing if people really wanted it, and then people really went for it. So 21 people are already voting. Let me know what you guys think. Dabo Swinney. I mean, I like the guy because he's coached recent elite talent. Clemson's been really good recently, besides this past year. And he's coached Deshaun Watson. I think he's somebody who everybody in the NFL recognizes as an elite QB. And so I think Dabo Swinney would be really good at evaluating other quarterbacks. He knows what it's like to be with an elite QB like Deshaun Watson. He'll be able to see whether or not Carr's the guy. Does Carr and Watson have so many similar traits? I think they do, personally. I think they're just a little different styles, and Carr is a little more conservative and less aggressive, especially with his feet. But I think they both do have elite traits, and maybe Dabo Swinney could help clarify that for Raider Nation and for the NFL, quite frankly, especially with 1 year left on Carr's deal. That could be a really good way to say, hey, is this guy the franchise QB? I think you create more problems if you get rid of Carr. So I think Carr's a franchise QB, and the Raiders should extend him, because I just don't want to see us have more problems. And I feel like, trusting our organization to draft a dope QB. Like, would we have drafted Mac Jones and Justin Fields? Would our organization have done that this past year if we had the opportunity, if we were QB hungry? I don't know, man. But here's what I do know, guys. Here's what I do know. I do know that I have some people in here who are not yet liking this video, and that is fine. Oh, just got a new subscriber. But if you want to support this video, drop me a like, man. It really helps us in the algorithm. I got like 250 people here, but only got like 90 likes. So shout out to you guys who have liked it already. You know I love that. You know I appreciate that. But let's get some more up and really help this video get boosted. Because I want the rest of the Raider Nation to hear about this video and come let us know what they think. Come vote in these polls and stuff. So if we're boosted in this algorithm, shit, we can talk about it, man. We can talk about it. I want to check out this playoff picture, see, you know, what's our shot? What's our shot here? Let me get this all cleaned up for you, and then we'll get to that. What is realistically our shot? Do the Raiders even have a shot? Mario Montano, thank you, bro, for subscribing. We need more people like you to subscribe. We love that. It hella helps us. And honestly, it's just one click of a button. You don't always have to get the push notifications. You could even turn those off. So if you just want if you want Willie to pop up in your feed more, you know, oh man, I always miss that video. He actually came out with that video before that other guy, and that other guy just copied his video, you know? He came out with that video before that other Raiders YouTuber, and then he just copied it. You know, you could see that proven with me showing up in your feed. I'm so salty. I'm just playing. It's all good fun. 75 votes, though, man. Is it Carr or is it Olsen or the receivers? Carr only has 17 TDs. That is true. That is true. Does Raider Nation want Dabo Swinney as the next head coach? 78 votes. 46% say yes, so most people do not. Most people do not want Dabo Swinney as the next head coach. Uh-oh. That's getting interesting. I wonder what kind of impact. Oh, man, maybe that's going to have an impact on Mark. Maybe Mark won't be listening. Oh, shout out for the emojis. We got some donuts in here and stuff. This is getting wild, bro. Dick Vital with the super shout out. For some reason, I didn't get my little voice thing, but oh well. Let's just pull it up. Dick Vital, love this guy. Always having really good insight in his comments, and I see him on tons of channels. Anonymous. Okay. Oh, is the voice not going? Oh well. All right, Mahomes threw 0 TDs and 2 interceptions in his last 2 games. QBR 57.3 and 71.8 and won both games. Carr's QBR 90.8 and lost. Dick Vital, I think you're right on the money. And this is what I was getting at when I was talking about the Chiefs beating the Cowboys. Yeah, the Chiefs beat the Cowboys, but they only scored like 19 points. And this goes to what you said, Dick Vital. Mahomes is not exactly scoring touchdowns. He's throwing picks. He's not playing well. And this guy has Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce and McCole Hardman and Pringle. He's got so many weapons.
Willie boy, what's up? Carr has always been inconsistent. Too much checkdowns, and he had a lot of WR open. It's been like that this whole time.
So there's 2 tendencies, I think, and this is good. And I'll go to each of these chats, so keep them coming. There's the Dick Vital tendency, and then there's the Ishmael tendency. You know, one side says, hey, the other QBs are struggling more than Carr, yet getting victories because they have a good team around them. And then other people are saying, hey, Carr has what he needs. He's just inconsistent. He's not being aggressive. The talent is good around him. I lean more towards Dick Vital. I do say Carr doesn't have the talent around him that Mahomes does. And I'm very curious to see how well Carr would do if he had that same talent. You betcha.
We in playoffs. Rich is a BCH.
Okay, Diego Perez sending a sticker. Shout out to you, bro. Love that, man. And thank you for supporting this channel. This means so much, and it really helps us keep going. Because I've been like, man, I want to put more time into this. But, you know, you need some things to happen. You need more views. You need more support. I think I'm getting the support to put more time into this, which is awesome. So I can make really cool stuff. Ishmael, and that's what he was saying, responding kind of to Dick Vital. Willie boy, what's up? Carr's always been inconsistent. Too many checkdowns. Had a lot of receivers open. You know, I think there's a few times where you see a receiver open and Carr doesn't get him. But I would like to take a look at Mahomes and Deshaun Watson and see how often that happens too. I think it's neglected and ignored, and that happens with them. And they even have the dope receivers. Like, yeah, Carr's not going to hit Zay Jones if he's open. Maybe he goes for somebody like Moreau and you don't get a touchdown there. But that's because maybe he doesn't trust Zay Jones as much as Moreau. You got to think about that too. And what if Carr had a Tyreek Hill? What if Carr had a Ruggs like he had earlier in the year? You saw what he did. Has more deep attempts than any QB in the NFL and is doing really well at it. So I'm sorry, Ishmael. I gotta disagree. I know there's a couple plays a game where he doesn't see somebody, but I think most QBs have that happen. And I think when you look at Carr, he's doing really well in deep balls, man. That's part of his game, is being the deep ball guy. So you can't take that completely away from him. Justin Mucha, Tomlin, Mike Tomlin from the Steelers, question mark. With Ruggs, we in the playoffs. Rich is a okay. Oh no! Shout out to all the super chatters though. You can see them in the chat, supporting this channel, sending lots of love. We about that. We love that. Rich the B though, I do like that. I find that hilarious. I'm gonna get into this. I mean, look here. I'm gonna get into this just 1 second. So. What I would say about this is I've made some jokes just because it's like a little rhyme, like Rich the, and I said that in my Little Raider video. Look, I don't want to hate on him too much. Okay, I think he's a good guy. He's just put in a hard situation. So I could say like, hey, I miss Gruden at the same time, and Gruden shouldn't have been freaking messed around in this way. Canceled in this way. I could say that without also just, making fun of Rich Bissacia. I will say Rich Bissacia is not a head coach in my opinion. I don't think he's going to get offers for this team and elsewhere. I think he's a great special teams coach. And I think, man, he's put in a hard place, like having to come in this really like rough season. So most people wouldn't persevere here. And I think that's why Gus Bradley maybe didn't take the job. Someone like Greg Olson didn't take the job.
Great show. Enjoy your 420 show also. Raiders 24/7.
Maybe, thank you, Raider Wait. Maybe also that's why, Bradley, that's why maybe Bradley didn't take the opportunity. That's why freaking Rod Marinelli didn't take the opportunity. That's why Tom Cable didn't take the opportunity. Tom Cable's been a head coach of the Raiders. Why wasn't he the interim head coach? Why not? So it's a tough spot for Rich. So I know with that video I said to Rich the bitch, but don't call him that, man. That's just a little Raider. That guy is crazy. He's back in Bakersfield right now. All right, so shout out to Mike Castle also sending the super sticker thumbs up. Keep it up. Thank you, Mike Castle, for your support. Love the support you've been giving to the channel, and you've been spicing it up in the comments all the time, and it's super fun. We got freaking our guy Graphic in here. It's over. Hey, to be honest though, Graphic's consistent. He was saying it was over in the Giants game. And someone must have been saying, oh, it's not over since then. So that's what I like about him. Consistent view. Great channel. Check him out as well, bro. Love Graphic. But yeah, it might not look okay. It's as over as it was 3 weeks ago as it is now. So I still think mathematically we have a shot. That's why I'm going to go through the AFC playoff picture, and I'm going to show you how it's not completely over. And look, I want to live like it's not over because I want like those coaches, those players put so much on the line to make it not over, to make this a competitive season. So if they're not going to give up, I'm not going to give up on them. And I know they put hell of work in, so I don't really want to I don't know. And look, if it really was over, I would say it's over. If it really was over and there was no shot, I would say that. And I just can't say that right now. I think at the very least, our wide receivers will get a little bit better. Somebody has to take over the play calling. Somebody. And maybe Derek Carr needs to stop audibling into some shitty plays. He's done that a little bit, but he's audibled into some good ones too. Most of the time, he audibles into a good play. I will say that, even when Gruden was here. Great show. Enjoy your 420 show. Also, Raiders 24/7. Shout out Raider Way, bro. 420 football talk. We might keep it going on Wednesdays. I don't know though. I think it might get canceled. I don't know how much YouTube likes that show. They don't send Tim to push it in the algorithm. Probably because we're smoking weed on camera. So I don't know. That show might have to go. What do you guys think though? I mean, maybe I'll do a poll if it should keep going, but I'll do a poll later. Are we saying yay for 420? Are we saying boo for 420? In some states it's not legal. In my state it's legal because I'm in Cali, bro. Oh, bro, the video has me dead. Hey, yo, check out my video. Raider fans reacting to the game. I was just showing my friends, having some beers, and you know what? One of them had a do-rag, and we had to get things going. We had to make a good skit. So check that out on my channel, bro. Ding and donk the rest of the game, blah, blah, blah. Shout out to all you guys. By the way, get these likes up, man. Get these likes up. I got way more people in here than I do have likes. Unless I'm wrong. I haven't looked at the chat in a while. Yeah, I got 142 likes and I got 242 people here. So I literally got 100 more people in here than I do likes. So get those likes up and boost us in the algorithm, bro. Come on now, man. Come on, man. All right. Does Raider Nation want Dabo Swinney as the next head coach? 152 votes. I have as many votes on this poll as I do likes. Thank you for subscribing, Matt, and thank you guys all for subscribing. When you do subscribe, DC pops up. And when you become a member too, man, look at the description. Link is in the description to become a member. Unique Ngakwe pops up. Shout out to Mike Castle. No way, keep 420 Thursday. Oof. Thursday is hard because a lot of people are watching the game. So Mike and Arlen, I think it has to be a Wednesday now. Has to be a Wednesday, so we'll see. Don't be a scrub. Hit the like. I like that, Jamie. I like that. So it's actually pretty even. 51% say yes. 49% say no. Damn, that's tough, man. That means, man, Raider Nation split. So Mark Davis, if you're watching this, bro, if you're at PF Chang's tuning in, hey, Raider Nation split. So I don't know if we should go Dabo completely yet, Mark, but keep an eye out on it, Mark. I'll keep doing polls like this, and Raider Nation, keep an eye out. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Promote Edgar Bennett to OC. I like that idea, King. Anthony King. Mike Castle, you said it's okay for Wednesday. Shout out. Cool. All right. I don't care about the NFC, but it's going to be on here. So right now, if it ended today, this would be the playoffs. Bengals versus Titans. And I think Titans are going to lose a couple more games, dude. So right now we're 6-6. I think the Titans are going to lose some games. We could make it even with the Chargers. We go head-to-head with them. Then they just need to lose another game. I want to take a look at their schedule. So end of the year, we could beat the Chargers, especially if we win out and they lose 1 to 2 games. That's pretty good. By the way, my acid reflex is messing up. Shout out to acid reflex. All right, man. I need some kale juice or something. All right, I'm just kidding. Anyways, though, New England number 1 all of a sudden. Isn't that freaking convenient? Kansas City, New England, Baltimore. These guys are all the top dogs. Pittsburgh, man. At least we get the tiebreaker against them, but damn. And look at us here, man, at number 10. So we can go ahead and beat the Colts, take them out of it. We can beat Cleveland, take them out of it. We can beat Denver, take them out of it. We can beat Kansas City, just get ourselves a dub, bang them up a little bit. Beat Chargers, tie them. And then Pittsburgh, honestly, is probably going to lose a couple more games because Big Ben looks like a freaking... Big Ben looks handicapped. Big Ben looks done. All right, so I'm going to ask this question. And I think we could lose 7 games and still get to the playoffs. I mean, I think it's totally mathematically possible. So with this being said, I want to go ahead and close this Dabo Swinney poll and ask another one. We have Raider Nation want Dabo Swinney as next head coach. 49% said yes. 51% said no. And then we have, boom, another poll. Can the Raiders make wild card? Can the Raiders make wild card? I think me personally, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say it's like a 50-50 chance. So I want to know what you guys think. I just put that in the chat right there. Can the Raiders make wild card, bro? We have to find a way to win first. We have won. We've won 6 games. It's not like we haven't won this year. We got to quit acting like it's always doomsday when we take an L, bro. It's not healthy. It's not healthy.
On another note, I agree with Graf. Raiders will not make the playoffs under Carr.
Shout out to Ishmael. And shout out to Graf contributing in the chat. And I believe Graf was saying this on his channel. I didn't check out the video, but maybe that's what Ishmael is talking about. And that is a view. And we will see if that's true. I think the frustration with the organization over the past years just not being a winning organization would make you, put that on Carr, because a quarterback at the end of the day is at least 30 to 40% of a football organization in the NFL. I mean, really everything revolves around the quarterback. And I think Carr has never really had a great offensive coach until Gruden under his whole entire career. I guess you could say Bill Musgrave, that he was a good coordinator, but really Dennis Allen is a defensive head coach, and that was his first coach. And then Jack Del Rio is a defensive head coach. John Gruden was his first offensive head coach, and you saw Carr straight stack the highest numbers he's ever stacked. He's better than he was in 2016, technically. Just not running the ball as much more, right? And guess what? Gruden got canceled, so at this point, maybe Carr won't make the playoffs with the Raiders because he's put in a pretty shitty spot, and he had a window of opportunity, I believe, this year and last year. Last year, he didn't have a defense. Paul Gunther was trash. We all agree with that, right? The defense is better this year than last year. Can we at least agree with that? Damn. And this year, his head coach got canceled, and his...
How could anyone succeed in the mess? Obviously, number 4 needs better play caller and weapons, which he lost both this year, so...
Right. So I think I actually do agree 70% with what Ishmael is saying and Graf is saying here. But I guess I don't agree that it's specifically due to Carr. Right. I do think, hey, maybe he does need to be set free if we're going to do a complete rebuild. But I don't know. I think Mark Davis likes Derek Carr. Despite what Raider fans think, I think Mark Davis does like Derek Carr and might even extend Derek Carr before hiring a head coach. People have speculated that's what he's going to do. So he might be here to stay. We're not doing a full rebuild. We're just retooling some things. Get some receivers, get a defensive tackle, get an offensive tackle. Then I think we might be good to go. And we got hella cap opening up next year, because we're not paying people like Rodney Hudson and freaking Netway on dead money. So, that's tricky. That's tricky. Arlen, start Marcus Mariota this game. Give him some more plays, but don't start him. But definitely give him some more plays. He's a team player. And, Carr looked like a team player, Give him props to Mariota and stuff. I like to see that. By the way, I got 239 people in here, 240, and only 170 likes. Get those likes up, bro. Come on. Boost us in this algorithm. This show is going to go on for about 20 more minutes, so get those questions in, get those comments in, get your thoughts in here, man. Freaking, this is Raider Nation. This is a hub to express yourself. Raider Nation, yes. Too much turmoil this season. How could anyone succeed in that mess? Obviously, number 4 needs a better play caller and weapons, which he lost both this year. So what, basically? Wow, JR Raider. I like this comment. It's kind of echoing some things that I was saying, but here's what I will say. Here's the one area where you could criticize Carr, which is we have to ask ourselves, how much authority does he have in this offense? Under Gruden, he had the authority to change plays. And when he did do that, things worked out pretty well. Does he still have that same authority under Olsen? And if the play calling is bad, why isn't he changing us in better plays? Why isn't he doing that? Maybe, when it's relied on him to do that all the time, it doesn't work out too well. That could be one thing. Under Gruden, he just changed the play here and there and made some adjustments, but didn't completely change the play every single time. So that's one angle. However, is it too much to ask Carr to be not only a quarterback, but also a play caller? I mean, Mahomes doesn't have that. He's not also the play caller. Even Aaron Rodgers, he's not also the play caller. So, yes, in one area, you could criticize Carr and say, hey, man, you got to audible listen to good plays then if we got a shitty play caller. At the same time, man, that's too much labor for one guy. It's kind of like when you're working at a restaurant and they have you do, line cook, and you're the guy maybe on the grill. But then they also want you to do prep and vegetables. They're trying to make you do too much stuff when that's somebody else's job. I've had this happen at so many food service jobs. I'm doing my thing. I got my stuff done. Then they try to say, oh, can you help him out too? I go, hey, you hired him to do this job. Why are you going to have me do both jobs? Or sometimes they even fire people. They'll fire people, have less staff. Oh, because you could do 2 jobs, right? No, bro, this requires 2 people. So play calling and QB, it requires 2 people. It's not one person. So I even agree with my own criticism, countered my own criticism. Right on, that's WiFi Willie. People are still sour on Carr. I want to know what this playoff poll is looking like. Carr Labs already paid for next year. Trade Carter, dude. Russell Wilson, man. Russell Wilson's almost as old as Big Ben. He's almost as banged up as him. I don't think Russell Wilson's going to be the answer, bro. That guy's looking banged up too. Not looking hot there. So I want to see what this poll had to say. Raiders in the playoffs, and then Monday Night Football is going on right now. I don't know the score. I'll look it up in 1 second, but we'll see who's winning that game. I always like to take a look at some of that, but we ain't gonna play that game because I'm not gonna get copyrighted. So we got Bills and Patriots, big game. I think they're gonna let the Patriots win it. It's gonna be rigged for the Patriots for sure. Oh man, you know how they do. You know how they do, right? So they want the Patriots to come back, be the greatest team. Oh, look what happened. Oh, the Patriots. Oh, yo, whoa. You know, it just seems like it's heading in that direction. So I would not be surprised if the Patriots, and it's winning. They're winning 8-7 right now. I guess there was a 2-point conversion or a safety. I'm not sure. I'm not watching the game, but people are voting in the poll. Shout out to you guys voting. Latinos are good at multitasking. Why can't Carr? That's a pretty good one, Carla. One of the comments of the week. That is hilarious. Shout out to you. We have all the car emotionals in our chat. Hey, we're car emotionals in a pro car way and an anti car way. That's how it goes, bro. Because if you're not emotional about this, then do you really care about the Raiders, bro? So there's nothing wrong with being emotional. I don't care if people disagree with me and get emotional. That's fine, dude. I totally understand where you guys are at and you know how you guys feel about these types of things. So looking at the scoreboard, let's see. Let me clean this up before I show it to you guys. But we're going to take a look at some of the results from all the games, give our quick reaction to some of them. On Friday, I'm going to do my game prediction show. And I'm going to take a look at what my stats were because I basically am trying to do a thing where I see if I could predict all the games, right? So there were some of them that I did predict. So I predicted that the Lions would get their first win. But I'm going to actually have my scorecard, my like tally and everything straight up, you know, once we get going this week. So it'll be pretty funny. And then that way we'll know my record too. Should you listen to WiFiWillie? Maybe you shouldn't listen to WiFiWillie when it comes to gambling. Maybe this fool's going to get you broke, right? But maybe he'll make you some money. Who knows? All right, so Cowboys beat the Saints. I knew I was wrong about that one. I just thought maybe the Saints could catch them slipping since we just beat them on Thanksgiving. But Taysom Hill, man, he's just not the guy. He's just not a good passer for them. So I don't know how that's going to work out in the future for them. Bucks beat the Falcons. We saw that coming. Cardinals beat the Bears. We saw that coming, and they covered the spread. Chargers beat the Bengals. I was wrong about this one. I said Bengals are going to win. I will tell you, this game made me scared because they were rigging it so hard against the freaking against the Bengals. So Chris Sims even said delay a game and all that. Dan Campbell said this as well. The refs do that to screw you over. And there's 2 delay games in a row against the Bengals on a critical 2-point conversion. And it was just like, all right, they clearly are screwing with the Bengals. And Burrow looked pissed, like, why aren't you guys telling me when the play clock is starting? The refs weren't telling them. And Chris Sims has said, referees do this shit, dude, when they try to screw you over. They don't tell you when the play clock's starting. And that's the one way to screw you over if you get on their bad side. And it just seemed like every time the refs just really wanted the Chargers to win that game. So that worries me. Do they want it to be Chargers versus Chiefs in the wild card and not Raiders versus Chiefs? That'd be really sad, bro. Really sad. I predicted this one, though. Lions get their first win against the Vikings. Dolphins against the Giants. Dang, I predicted actually Giants. So I'm going to be wrong there. Dolphins get the win, and they're on a huge win streak, bro. Like, I think they literally won like 5 or 6 games in a row. Eagles beat the Jets. We saw that happening. Colts beat the Texans. I got this one wrong. I said the Texans are going to beat the Colts because I was hoping that would happen, but I don't think the Texans are going to win a game the rest of the year at this point. I think it's looking that bad. Y'all know I got this one wrong. I said the Raiders were winning it, but no, that ain't happening. So screwed over there. Rams beat the Jags. I went with the Rams. I almost went went stupid and got and went for the Jags. Ravens Steelers, shocked, man. I really thought the Ravens were going to win this game. I don't know what the hell happened. I actually haven't watched. I went to watch the highlights, but I haven't watched the full game. Ravens versus Steelers. We need to check that out. I still don't have faith in Big Ben, though, despite this game. Niner Seahawks, man, I went Niner gang on this, so that's a shocker for me. Broncos Chiefs, I went Chiefs. I just said no doubt. Come on, let's get real. Broncos are going downhill, bro. Right? And that was a wrap up of those games, man. Damn. Hopefully this all works out for us, though, in our favor. It is looking tough, though, man. Maybe the Steelers are going to come back. Maybe the Chargers are going to take our spot. I do not know, man. I do not know. Let me know what you guys think. Chat's going wild. I am not a Carr hater. I think he's good. He's not a coach or a play caller. Exactly. Dolphins have a good coaching staff. I like Brian Flores. He actually is pretty good. Maybe try some more Mariota plays. I think a little bit. I think especially in the red zone. Why not do some more Mariota? And we can also, I don't know. Dabo Swinney, future head coach, who knows? Raider Nation still reacting over this ridiculous play call. I got a video about that. Actually show the footage of the play, so check that out. Playoff hunt's happening. Chargers schedule. Could they lose to somebody else? Is there any way we can have any hope in this world? Let's see. They play the Giants. The Giants whipped our ass. Maybe. And then they play Kansas City. Kansas City will beat them. If Kansas City beats them, we beat Kansas City, and then we beat the Chargers, boom, we're in the playoffs. But is that going to happen? I don't know, man. That'd be rough. Hopefully. Got a lot of people here, though. 193, 188 likes. I'm having fun, though. Get your final thoughts in, though. I'm going to close this poll. This show is running on an hour long. We're going to try to keep these tighter to an hour. So I hope you guys love the show. I'm going to be going live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I believe. Friday, I'm going to do my prediction. Wednesday, I'm going to try 420 Football Talk, see if it works. It'll be the last test trial. Am I faded? Me faded? I'm not faded. I'm way too sober right now. No, I am coughing a lot, though. Because I got high earlier. I'm not high right now. No, I'm just kidding. Not high at all. Anyways, though, get your guys' final thoughts in, man. I want to know what you guys think. Anything you want us to comment on? Anything that you think needs to be discussed that was not discussed in this live? I actually think we went pretty in depth. I mean, we talked about all kinds of things. We talked about coaching. We talked about Carr, the future, playoff hopes, playoff chances. We talked about the receivers. Talked about Greg Olsen, Dabo Swinney, of course. And can we make the wild card still? 150 votes, 50%, 151 votes. So guess what, man? Freaking put those last votes in. Like you with the sidekick better. The sidekick will be here in the future. Just busy today. Having a shorter, more concise live. Too busy today. But check us out on Wednesday and Friday live. Subscribe, man. Make sure you do subscribe. Hopefully they let you know. Sometimes you got to ring the bell just to know when I'm going live and stuff. Because they're kind of dumb. But hey, most of my people aren't even subscribed. Like most of the people who watch from the numbers. So subscribe to really help us out, man. Technically, like 70% of you aren't even subscribed. Oh, man, Mike Tomlin as a head coach and Kurt Warner as an offensive coordinator. If that happens, we're making the Super Bowl because the NFL is going to straight rig it for us because they know that that's going to be a great story. Yeah, there is a problem. We got a lot of players on IR. We got Curtis Williams talking about this. We got Drake on IR, Incognito. I think Incognito needs to come back. We need to get something out of him. We just paid him money to chill. I like the guy. Hopefully he's just a good coach for us, maybe a leader and a coach. You know what I'm saying? This is Gus Bradley's revenge game against the Chiefs. And this is Carr, man. This is Carr, man. Carr needs to freaking get some revenge. He needs to tap into 2020 Carr when Gruden was right there. Pretend Gruden's there. I want him to see him like, you guys remember the movie Happy Gilmore? And the, Adam Sandler, his coach, the guy who injured his hand. He has his hand that got eaten by the alligator. Remember, he dies. And then Adam Sandler in Happy Gilmore is there putting in the championship. And then he sees the image of him appear and coach him through these tough moments live at the championship in the golf match. Happy Gilmore, a great movie. That's what Derek Carr needs to do, man. Derek Carr needs to freaking go in there, tap into freaking Gruden, find Gruden. Where was Gruden? Where is Gruden? Hopefully his spirit could come in there just like the Adam Sandler movie. Got another super shout out to Matthew. If Carr takes a team-friendly deal, I say re-sign. Oh, I think they're going to read it out, actually.
If friendly team deal, I say resign and use extra dollar on more weapons, better receivers, Defolina. Awesome content, BTW new sub.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Matthew. New sub. Yeah, Carr takes a team-friendly deal. Exactly. And here's the thing, Matt. We're actually still going to have a lot of money. I was talking to another content creator, read the tape about this, and we were doing some math, and I believe it was like 26 million at least, just ballparking it from an eye test, looking at the salary cap. It's like that much in dead money we're paying this year that we're not going to have to pay next year for players like Gabe Jackson. Rodney Hudson. So we're going to have a lot of extra money, even if Carr makes the same amount of money. Yeah, we're probably going to have to pay him a little more because inflation's going up. If gas is expensive, Derek Carr is going to be expensive in this economy. So basically, yeah, we could pay him like 5 or 10 million more because he's only making 20 mil. Maybe he makes 30 mil a year. And then, we would still have extra money, perhaps even 20 million because the cap goes up too, since we're not dealing with the COVID NFL cap anymore, pandemic cap. We're going to have some more money to be able to go get some weapons. And you're right, we need some receivers. We need stud. We need Carr to finally have as good of receivers of teams like the Rams, teams like the Chiefs. We need to build on what we were building towards because we got a flat tire with Henry Ruggs. We got a flat tire with Ruggs and Gruden. In terms of weapons and offensive and actually players, yes, Ruggs, huge impact. O-line, Brandon Parker, tackle, that's clearly a problem. Hopefully Leatherwood improves, and Andre James improves, but we definitely need some help in that department. No doubt about that, bro. No doubt. And then with this run game, we need a defensive tackle, man. I mean, it can't just be Hankins. We keep getting freaking run all over. The line's getting pushed back like crazy. Solomon Thomas, I don't know, he has trouble in the run, I think, from an eye test. Don't quote me on that, but take a look yourself and just see how you see our D tackles playing in the run, and if you think that's sustainable for next year. Is it? Wow. Thanks for that comment, Matt, though. Really appreciate it. Papa T, Danny, a lot of people. Who is Waller? Who is Crabtree? So Waller, you have Waller, but I would rather have a dope receiver than a tight end because it seems like you can find a mismatching tight end. Look at Logan Thomas. Logan Thomas, before he was injured, he was doing great. You could find these athletic tight ends if you need them just strictly in the passing game. What's really hard to find is a versatile tight end who could block and pass, someone like Kelsey and Waller. Waller's a great blocker too. Gruden's always praised him on that one. Drop more emojis though, bro. We are about to sign off in 4 minutes. I want to see more emojis and get your final thoughts in, man. Final thoughts in before we sign off. Final questions, final comments and concerns. Take a look at the poll, man. It's wrapping up. I'm going to close this poll in like 1 minute. Can the Raiders still make the wild card? 47% say yes. The majority say no. Majority think we're going to lose to the Chiefs and not make the playoffs. That's 53%. Can I just have some people who have some faith come in and vote in this poll? Because I got faith. I don't think we're done. I got faith. So all my believers, and even the people who don't believe, make sure Raider Nation hears you. Make sure we understand where you stand. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm wrong. That's totally obviously that could happen. Carlos, tough season indeed. It's just tough. Even if we do well at the end of this, it's still just been such a tough year, man. No doubt about that. I think we should start Marcus or use him a lot more. I think starting him, you burn too much of a bridge with Carr. I think that's just going to trigger too many people. I think a lot of receivers wouldn't be cool with that, despite what Raider fans may think. I think Carr has good relationships with multiple people on the team, and he's a captain too. So you really can't do that this year. But you're right. Let's get him involved in the red zone. Let's see if he can make some plays. I like seeing him a wide receiver. I thought that was cool. I thought that was hella cool. If we beat the Chiefs, this will get interesting. Efrain Gonzalez. Exactly. That'll be really interesting. Any given Sunday. Carlos M. Ed Freegan Marcus on red zone plays. Hell yeah. Don't worry, they won't beat the Chiefs, coach. Man, John Baju's coach, come on, man. You got to have some faith, bro. They've done it before. And really, that last game, yes, it got blown out at the end, but for the most part, like the first 3 quarters of the Raiders versus Chiefs game was a competitive close game. Despite all of our setbacks and all the BS we were dealing with. I think we're a better team since we played the Chiefs last because we're still getting over so much bullshit. I think we're a much better team. Would the team want Carr to come back? I think a lot of people would. Deshaun Jackson came here to play with Carr. John Brown came here to play with Carr. Wide receivers like Derek Carr. Keyshawn Johnson said he would rather Derek Carr than most QBs. I mean, he would rather him be his QB because he feels like his numbers would be better. We just need a guy who could actually handle the targets and get numbers. Look at Renfro. Renfro can handle it, and he's getting straight numbers. He's stacking numbers, but that's all Carr had this past game. Only Renfro. You got to have more options than that. Drake was done. We can't lose complete faith. Let's see what happens. And we also have to talk about these penalties, man. That call on Abram, that roughing the passer on Crosby, the fact that they never call holding on, for Crosby. Maybe the NFL doesn't want us to win. That's it. That's what I think. Maybe it's possible the NFL doesn't want us to win. We are done. Just let it go. If we can't beat the Bears, Giants, and the no-name teams, we don't deserve to be. Look, some good teams do lose. Titans have lost to some bad teams. Look at the Chargers. They just lost to the Broncos. What do you think they would think about that? Yeah, the Bears and Giants, we lost those games, but there was some shit going down. One of those was post-Gruden cancellation. The other one was post-Ruggs, crime. So right before the Bears game, you had the Gruden fiasco. The week of, the days of, Giants game, you have the Ruggs. Those are huge things that other teams don't deal with. So, I'm going to give them a pass on those 2 losses. I'm sorry. In my view, I think we would have beat those teams if we had none of that drama. So, in my view, we're technically 8-4. I know people are going to be pissed, but in my view, to me, this is an 8-4 team. We would be right up there with the Titans, the Chiefs, Ravens, everybody. If we didn't have those 2 things happen. Freak things. Patriots, right. Chargers, Rams. Well, we're an 8-4 team, in my opinion. I think, yeah. Yes, we did lose those games to some easy teams, but I mean, it'd just be hard to play a football game after all that. I'll say that. I was hoping they would persevere, but I'm just gonna say that shit's hard. That shit seems hard. All right. So can the Raiders make the wild card still? We got some votes. 198 likes, man. 2 more likes, we get to 200. 47% say yes. I'm going to close this poll. We're going to wrap up this show. Unless you guys have any more comments, if you want to support this show, become a member for this show, for this channel. You can also send a super chat that really helps support the channel, keep things going. But we're going to go ahead and get wrapped up. Looking at that poll, final stats, 52% say we are not going to do the playoffs. That's the Pulse of Raider Nation. If we win this week, though, and here's the thing, I don't want to go back and dwell on this, but I said this before the Cowboys game. I said we're going to win, and everybody thought I was crazy. I posted a little video. Let me see if I still even have. No. Okay, I don't have it. I don't have it. So, anyways, look, I think the whole pulse of the Raider Nation will change, and I think it's totally possible that we win this week and upset the world. The NFL loves a good upset. What better way than to shock the Chiefs in Arrowhead, just like we did in 2020, and totally shift the narrative? Do I think it's possible? Yes. I think everybody needs to take it up a notch on offense. I think receivers, We got to switch up something with the play calling. And Carr, no matter what, they're going to blame you. You got to shift into the next dimension, and you got to play like you're one of the greatest QBs, not only in the NFL, but of the past 10 years. That's what it's going to take. And can it happen? Yeah, I actually do think it can happen. So come back to this channel when it does happen. Come back to this channel to say that Willie was wrong. Come back to this channel to say that Willie was right. Maybe you're right? We'll check. We'll always be talking about all this stuff. Either way, man, y'all have a good one. Glad to see a lot of you here. Peace out.
Yes, sir. Reading you loud and clear. Clear. The clock has started.
5,